I wanted to touch up the overlay, so if you wouldn't mind starting the intros for me, sir.
Alrighty, we're now on Waystation, close spawn, so we're in for an action-packed game, I'd assume. In the bottom left, we've got our red Zerg player playing for Team Liquid, powered by HyperX. It is Snute. And in the top right, we've got our light blue, teal Terran player playing for Team Acer. It is MMA.
Alright, so a lot of people came into this series, and it really bummed me out because I know MMA to be a fantastic player. I'm a big MMA fanboy myself, granted guilty, as well as I am a Snute fanboy. The thing is, though, I knew this was going to be a good match. And my favorite thing for StarCraft 2, I've said it before, I'll say it again, it's not when you get the big names, it's when you get two players who are evenly matched in skill that you will get the best, most fun games to watch. Now, granted, we've had a little bit of cheese towards the end of the series here. We've had a bit of shenanigans doing some fun times, but, I mean, these two, for it to be 3-2, I wouldn't be surprised if this went 3-3 and we went to the ace match. In fact, that's my favorite scenario, but MMA could clinch it here, guys. It's a best of 7, one more win here on Waystation, and he walks away today the winner.
Yeah, indeed, and, I mean... So, these positions are interesting. I mean, definitely Snute, he was probably hoping for, those long-distance spawning locations, because there's just, it takes the turns so long to get across the map, you got so much time to prepare, it's just so much easier to go about in the game, and now MMA is going to have, really close distance to Snute, but at the same time, if Snute can, hold off these kind of timing attacks that MMA is going to throw at him, then he's going to have, an easy time to counterattack really quickly and get momentum, so it could go both ways, so we'll have to see how this game pans out. But we do see just normal play, Reaper opener for MMA, but okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. We have Snute opening... I didn't even look at his gas and full timing. What is this? What's going on?
It's the early
I don't know,
Rifkin. This isn't like an 8 pool or a 9 pool of gas or anything.
No.
I mean, this isn't anything that's going to be super all in St. Louis at the game, but this is going to be really fast gas, really fast lings, and I don't think the Reapers from MMA, quite frankly, are going to get anything done, because the other thing, too, is the Queens come out significantly faster.
Yeah, I mean, the gas is just, I mean, if this was supposed to be like, kind of a, maybe Snute is afraid of our proxy rack, I'm going to go 15 pool, fast Queen, and get my gas after the Queen. Like normally you'd go an 18 gas if you were just gonna go normal macro game, but this gas was like way early, so way before the Queen started even, so his speed is so early and he pulled workers off gas, so maybe Snute is gonna go for something similar to what we saw in King Sejong, except a lot earlier, like just a bunch of speedlings running into the natural of MMA. Maybe something like that, because this is weird, I don't know.
Well, I mean, the thing about MMA that makes him different than most Terran players, though, is he doesn't usually leave that gap at the top of the ramp, right? Like we talked about earlier today versus Lily Canadian Paranoid, where typically Terran players leave that second depot missed because it goes to the front of the wall, and if you hit it in early enough time, you slip past all that, but that's not MMA for you, that's every other Terran player. So whatever Snute's planning to do here, it'll certainly shut down the natural for a time, and it's going to hit before Hellion's Route, so these lings will kind of be king on the map for a little bit of time, but I mean, for MMA, I joked about it before, but he could lift up and just send it to the third at the island if he needs to.
Yeah, one important thing though, Snute did go back into gas, so we should be seeing, yeah, there it is, the Baningness go down. So I was a bit confused because he went out of gas after getting speeds. I was like, what is he going to do with this except just force MMA back into
so suddenly
base, but there's the Baningness. So yeah, this is kind of like a fake expansion. I don't know what to call it, but okay, he's gonna go past the Reaper and... That
Reaper, I don't even know if he scouted. He only may have seen the 3 legs because the rest went around the other side.
Yeah, maybe, well, he's gonna see it now.
Yeah, now he's fully...
Baningness, I mean, MMA is gonna have time to react now, though, because the Baningness isn't quite finished yet, because Snute's, went back into gas a bit later, so... MMA has time to react, but he's not throwing down any bunkers, though.
Right, it's usually either bunkers or extra building layering, now throwing down a bunker. But this is... for Snute, this is... If this doesn't do damage, it's kind of a big waste.
Yeah, I mean, he has to kill MMA, kinda. I mean, he has, like, no workers.
Right, so, okay, there we go. Layering this in now. This is what was going to be important. If you guys remember King Sejong Station, a big part of why he GG'd out was because he didn't have any way to stop the links from flooding in. This time, going to be a different scenario. Both... Oh, the command center denied from the landing! That's huge!
No way!
That's everything! And MMA is in a lot of trouble.
Okay, the Hellions are still alive in the back.
Was that a Baneling, though?
One Baneling.
Okay, if he had more than one, this would have been devastating, but... bunker gets filled. Snute does a lot of damage with this attack, but it's not game-ending like I think it was intended to be. However, 10 SCVs have still gone down. Last Hellion falls, and it's only the bunker. Oh my god, please make more banelings.
But losing those Hellions.
Oh my god, listen to the starboard! Oh no! He's moving the SCV through the cockpit.
MMA.
MMA is falling apart here, guys. This is not looking good.
Are stuck.
This is it. This is game. Every SCV
What
pretty much gone. Banelings have nothing to bust through, but that's okay. The economic damage is just too much at this point. Snute's droning behind this. We got a baneling coming for the bunker, because why not? There's no SCVs for it to kill.
No, MMA just left. It left the depot and lost the Hellion. What the hell, MMA?
Okay, so MMA is going to stay in this because he's hoping on the power of mules, and I think he's perhaps assuming Snute droned a lot less than he really did. But that's not the case, and if the Hellions could have gotten across the map, maybe did a bit of counterattack damage, that'd be his best case scenario, but it's going to be a long time before he has a healthy SCV count, guys. This couldn't have gone worse for MMA, quite frankly. He lost every SCV but 2, so I guess it could have gone worse if he lost the last 2 SCVs, but...
I'm pretty sure he made those 2 SCVs though at the same time.
No, so... like he had 2 remaining because one was building the engineering bay, one was inside the bunker. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's a bad situation. If he comes back from this is when you all take him up to write an email to David Kim and complain about mules, right? Like this is that rare time where it's legitimate and not balance whining. But I don't think he can come back from this. Like he's got his economy coming back up now, granted, but this means tech's gonna be delayed. Stimpak is gonna be never seen this game. In fact, cloaked banshees are not a bad choice because banshees will help shell away from anything on the ground early on. But Snute, his worker count's 33 versus 7. That's all that really needs to be said.
This looks so funny. He's got like almost as many workers mining gas as he's got mining minerals right now. It's like fuels kind of balancing out somehow.
That's such a depressing point to make, but it's so true.
But okay, Rifkin, maybe if this Banshee can kill
30 drones?
25 drones, MMA still has a chance. We'll have to see.
Well, no, because he's making more drones now, so it'll have to be more than 25, of course.
Yeah, maybe like 30.
You know, this is such a move that you just don't see though. Like 2-base baneling all-ins, like it's usually Roach baneling off 3 or the macro game type thing. You don't really see this aggressive move early on. So for MMA, the big thing was Snute. He had this plan. This wasn't a reaction. This wasn't like he saw an opening. He went for the slightly earlier pull with that queen. The gas came out so much sooner. He crafted this from the get-go, and he knew exactly what he wanted to get done.
Yeah, but at the same time, if that CC had landed, Rifkin, if it had landed, this is a completely different game.
It would have fully walled this off. We wouldn't have had the Zerglings get on top. The Hellions, the bunker would have safely shelled away from behind the wall. You're right, but it didn't, and that's the problem. That one fraction of a second. Yeah. The fact that for some reason command centers can't land on Zerglings. I don't know why, but for some reason. Snute says, you know what? Waste all your time on my third. That means the Hellions aren't at home. He's going to run in with Lings once again, and this new supply depot is probably going to get killed before he even needs banelings. Actually goes for the reactor instead. That's a really smart choice.
Oh, man. Yeah, that's really bad. Hellions are coming home.
Oh, the SCVs are pulled. He's going to keep a couple alive, but these will run into banelings potentially. Oh no, he didn't actually morph any on the side.
Well, here's the Hellions, so he saves it, but that was a nice move by Snute though. Bought him a lot of time to like kind of stabilize, get his spores up, and he kept the third alive even.
For a player with no income in the first place, losing even a little bit of mining time like that is quite frankly devastating.
Yeah.
I mean, the mules were pulled too, not just the SCVs.
Yeah, indeed.
These roaches are so dedicated. He's actually gonna get some SCV kills here. Are you kidding me? He's actually gonna get some SCV kills here. He'll get 3 at least.
Yeah.
MMA has so many SCVs repairing. He still doesn't have a lot mining. Oh god.
He can run by now. In the nutshell, Snute.
Oh. It's killing more Lings than it is drones, but we'll see if he can change that in a moment. MMA needs to get some damage done if he wants to get back in this game. He's got the potential for it. Hellions are a very, very unpredictable force, but I don't think. Yeah, even with the barbecue, still 41 drone stand. Roach is squeezed through to the main. They're even picking off a couple SCVs here. Banshees are eventually going to kill both of them, but not before even more get picked off. 29 workers dead, 30 workers dead.
More than I thought it would, so that actually worked out good for Snute, and he's now scoring up the third, which I like. He, was risking losing that, but Spire finishing up, and we have 3 Marines out, 1 barracks. Those mutas should be able to seal the deal, but he doesn't have that much gas, not yet.
He doesn't need a lot, though. I mean, he really only needs like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But while these come in here, thank you to Run Into Dreams, $5 donation from this guy, just saying we're sneaky. Thank you. I don't know what that means or is in context, but thank you very much for that. 1 queen, gonna go down, no transfuse. But the mutas, as you pointed out, are on the way. And quite frankly, look what MMA has. But 3 Marines, Hellions, Banshees. I hate being so morose about this, but it's like if MMA could come back from this, this would make him, quite frankly, the most epic Terran player of all time. Forget any GSL, anything like that. Like, to come back from having no workers, what a game! But it just doesn't feel like that's gonna happen. Not with the Mutalisk especially.
Yeah, maybe if
Actually, I got a plan. I know how MMA can do this. Actually, I didn't even think about this before. He's sitting across from Snute. Just run over, unplug the keyboard. Good to go.
yeah, that's gonna say something like that. You know, knock Snute out. You know, give him a whack in the head from behind. Okay, there we go.
Oh boy, this means we're actually gonna get the ace match, guys. Game number 7 between these two will be coming up in a moment. Now tied up 3-3 in this best of 7.